James Gunn's Creature Commandos is finally here, officially kicking off his DCU. But how do episodes 1 and 2 stack up? Are they setting up something incredible, or do they leave me wanting more? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What are you loving so far, and which characters are you most excited to see more of? I'll share my take, and I'd love to hear yours too, so let's dive in. Episode 1 has a big job. It introduces us to 6 characters: Rick Flag Sr., the Bride, Weasel, G.I. Robot, Nina Mazursky, and Dr. Phosphorus, all in about 20 minutes. But I do have to say it does it efficiently, keeping the plot moving forward while also setting the tone for the entire series. The story takes place 2 years after the events of the Suicide Squad, which gives us a solid reference point. Now, the best example I can give you of how fast episode 1 moves is the Suicide Squad. It's fast, it's chaotic, and it's to the point. Now, I understand why it's such a fast-paced episode, but I just wish it was a little bit longer. A little extra time would have made the introductions and setup feel a little bit more meaningful. Creature Commandos is full of crude humor and over-the-top violence, and if this is a sequel to the Suicide Squad and Peacemaker, that makes sense. It felt familiar, easy to settle in, and just a great way to re-enter James Gunn's DC Universe. The humor, the animation, and the top-notch voice acting all shine here. Having said that, episode 1 didn't really wow me. It sets up the characters and the plot just fine, it just doesn't do enough, it doesn't dive deep enough into that for me to actually care about them just yet. It's a warm-up lap, it's important, but it's just not groundbreaking. But episode 2, that's the full-on sprint I was hoping for. Episode dials up the storytelling, it gives us more insight into the team's personalities while focusing heavily on the Bride's backstory. The Bride, who's voiced by Indira Varma, is hands down the standout, as she should be. We get a twisted, emotionally charged take on the Bride of Frankenstein and her creator. The flashbacks that we get to see in this episode give us a heartbreaking look at why she's so cold and distant to everybody. You really can't help but feel bad for her, she never asked to be made. And let's talk about her relationship with Frankenstein, voiced by David Harbour. It's toxic, it's messy, and it's so interesting. The montage of the two of them throughout the decades is both fun and heartbreaking. I am dying to see how their dynamic evolves. Episode 2 also gives us our best look yet at the villain of the Creature Commandos, Circe. Circe's voiced by Anya Chilatra. She's such a cool villain with her brutal magic powers and a mysterious backstory I cannot wait to explore. I really hope they do an episode for her. The fight that we get between her and the Bride is intense, and it's way more involved and brutal than I actually expected it to be. And the way that it interweaves flashback with present day action, mwah. Now that sequence in particular is where the episode really shines. The animation, the writing, and the character development all come together perfectly. Overall, the first 2 episodes of Creature Commandos are impressive. They perfectly continue the vibe of the Suicide Squad and Peacemaker while starting off the DCU with a bang. Episode 1 sets the stage, and episode 2 dives into the heart of the show. I'm hooked, and I cannot wait until next week's episode. Here's the thing, if you love movies, TV shows, or all things DCU, you're in the right place. This channel is more than just reviews. It's a community for movie lovers to share their thoughts, debate their favorite characters, and just geek out together. I cannot wait to hear what you think about Creature Commandos and the future of the DCU in the comments below. So hit that subscribe button, join the conversation, and let's make this a space for people to talk movies. Thank you so much for watching my video. I'll see you in the next one.